The guy that owns this house, what's his name?
Javi.
Yeah, Javi. Is Javi going to want me to, you know...
I'm not sure I understand.
Look, if Javi wants me to suck his dick or fuck his wife or watch me watch him fuck his wife, that's a no-go. You understand? That's no bueno.
I think so.
Okay, and if Javi...
I am Javi.
Hey guys, we just saw the unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yes, we did. Otherwise known as Nic Cage.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Love me some Nic Cage.
Was this movie worth watching, or was it just an unbearable, massive amount of crap? Stick around, because we're about to find out.
All right, the Nic Cage movie. I don't need to say that title again, it's just too long. But who's in this?
All right,
Nic Cage.
Yeah, Nic Cage.
We got multiple versions of Nic Cage, apparently.
Right,
I got the shirt with all the Nic Cages on it.
You got little Nicky in there, yeah, where he's all kissing himself. You got we had Double P, Pedro Pascal.
Yep.
Did awesome. And then we had your boy from How I Met Your Mother. He was in it too, man.
Neil Patrick Harris.
That's right.
Looking for that one, huh?
That's right.
Yep. So, what do you guys feel about Nic Cage?
I love Nic Cage. Nic Cage can do no wrong. Well, he can do wrong. However,
He's done some wrong in some movies before.
However, I will always enjoy a Nic Cage movie just because Nic Cage.
This movie is almost a love letter to Nic Cage, which is kind of strange, I guess. Like, I don't know why we needed this, but
I needed it.
Yeah, well, then the funny thing about this movie, it's a movie about Nic Cage and another guy talking about writing a movie that ends up turning into this movie, right? So,
it's
yeah, the way that played out, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny how because they throw in wanting to do a kidnapping, and then it just happens naturally in this movie, and so it's almost like the movie they were planning on writing just plays out the way it happened in the movie anyway.
It's that deep, people.
It's that deep.
that deep.
Yes.
So many layers.
It's that deep.
So, what's your favorite Nic Cage movie?
Well, should I go with Javi?
I'm not go with what
Javi,
you like.
What's
Javi
your
was like
favorite Nic
Face Off,
Cage
man.
movie?
Yeah, probably Con Air, man. Dude, me some Con Air.
I did like some Con Air. I like me some Face Off, but I also like The
Off was
Rock.
good.
Love The Rock.
I like The Rock, and I like that Christmas love movie.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
Family Man,
Family
yeah,
Man's
I like
great.
that one,
Family
too.
Man was a great flick, no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
But I've seen most of them. Seen Face Off, Guarding Tess, all those.
Guarding
so.
Tess,
Tess,
another
that was a good
one.
one.
Really
They
good.
mention all that in this movie.
Yeah. The only one
they
I-
get in almost every Nic Cage movie at some point.
Right, exactly.
8mm is really good. It's just really dark and like.
They don't talk
Yeah,
about
it was
that.
good.
They don't
Watch.
talk about Raising Arizona though.
No.
Yeah.
So there is
Valley
still
Girl.
A good,
Don't forget
I
Valley
don't even
Girl.
know about that one. But
I never saw that one either.
Jeez.
Like we said,
Not Nic Cage fans.
Yeah.
so what do we think
What
of
about
this
Ghost
movie?
Rider? Didn't talk about Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider.
Thank God.
National Treasure.
Oh, National Treasure.
They mentioned
was
that,
good.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, briefly.
I mean, we could. The list goes on because apparently
Because he's Nic Cage.
Whoa, Cage!
It's Nic Cage, and he does movies.
He
That's
has
his
been
thing.
in a ton of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he loved himself.
Not as
They-
high caliber as they used to be.
They even show you how much he loves himself in this movie because he can't stop talking about himself instead of his family.
Well, I do
you know?
like how they get into like how he's a little washed up and trying to do.
Not that he
movies.
went anywhere.
Not that he went anywhere.
Not that you went anywhere.
That's the ongoing joke in the movie, and I love it.
And with himself and his alter ego, younger Nic Cage personality.
That was kind of creepy looking, though.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah, what did you think of the special effects seeing young Nic Cage?
That was kind of cool. You know, he was wearing like the Ghost Rider leather jacket, you know. But yeah, it was weird. It was
Very weird.
It was weird.
Nic Cage in this movie gives off very much like older version of Chris Evans kind of vibes.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't see it. No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. He
You know,
has
you know who he reminds me of in this movie? He reminds me of Nic Cage. That's who he reminds me of.
No,
in
I'm
this
just
movie.
saying the way he
He's Nic
looks
Cage.
with his beard and everything. I don't know. It's like he looks like if you just kind of like squint your eyes and kind of half look, a little bit Chris Evans vibes.
But,
Con Air Nic Cage. I mean, body was hot.
but-
like the hair. Ugh.
But like I said, this
Otherwise, I would take any Nic Cage.
this whole movie was an homage to Nic Cage, but it's him poking fun at himself too, right? Which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of funny moments in this movie, and a lot of it was just making fun of Nic Cage. So that was pretty damn cool how they did that, and how he's just had made a fun movie about himself, but about making fun of himself and how freaking selfish he is in the
Who's
movie.
the bigger star here, Nic Cage or Pedro Pascal?
Well, I would say nowadays Pedro Pascal.
No, I mean in this movie.
Oh, in the movie? Oh, that's Pedro Pascal did a damn good job in this movie.
He really did.
He did awesome.
Yeah, he did.
Pedro Pascal was awesome in this movie.
I mean, they really played off each other pretty good.
Oh, did they? Did yeah. Those two together, man. I would love to see another movie.
That was good chemistry between the two of them.
I want to kill you. You're the last person I want to kill. I love you. I love you.
I love Pedro Pascal. I hated him in Wonder Woman. Like I didn't even realize that was him in Wonder Woman. And then I was like, who is that actor? It was like, and I guess it was just the character I hated.
Yeah, that was like the worst villain ever. I don't think it was his fault.
I've seen him in other things, and I love Pedro Pascal. And
he's good at Narcos. He's good at Mandalorian.
And he brought it for this movie for sure.
Yeah, that dude's phenomenal. Great actor.
And I'd love to know if he's a true Nic Cage fan.
Yeah. I bet he is now.
Yeah.
Does he have a special room dedicated to Nic Cage?
That's right.
That'd be awesome.
I love the special room where he's like, you want to get in? He's like, yeah, I think I do want to get in there. And he's like, once you go in there, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
It might change our relationship forever.
He's like, I need to get in the room.
Just let me in, Javi.
Just let me in.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love seeing the Rock like little balls of chemical weapons or whatever that was.
Yeah, that was the VX.
Yeah, the VX gas stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, that was a huge, I love me room for Nic Cage, but it wasn't Nic Cage's room. It was Javi's room.
But Nic Cage did love.
Oh, yeah. He loved
the love.
He did. He loved the love.
Now, this is a weird movie, though.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
I mean, he's talking to himself and...
Kissing himself.
Yeah, kissing himself.
Nic Cage can get some smooches, baby. Nic Cage can get some good smooches.
I love how Nic Cage is watching his own movies and he kind of like gets scared at some scenes. Because, Nic Cage is like over dramatic where he's just talking. He's like, what are we doing? And hilarious.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of good comedy in this movie, especially in the first half when it was just really revolved around the first half of the movie was basically just like the relationship between Nic Cage and Javi, Pedro Pascal's character. And it was awesome. Just a lot of funny moments in it and stuff. Now, once it got in like the last 35 minutes of it when it was just all the actual villain stuff going on, that was definitely outlandish.
It turned more to an action kind of thing.
Right, exactly. But which is how their screenplay was starting to go anyway, right? So
it's almost like they're breaking the fourth wall, like Deadpool kind of style with this.
Right. I love when they did the acid together.
Oh, that was awesome.
And then they're in the car and they're looking at each other, like their faces looking at
huge grins on their faces.
God, that was hilarious.
I love he's like texting the CI. He's like, I'm on acid right
now.
What the hell are you doing?
He says it's a Donnie
Brasco moment
situation.
I couldn't break the cover. It's a Donnie Brasco moment.
Then they're all paranoid. It's like, I think they're looking at us. I think they followed us.
Oh, that was hilarious.
All right, I'm going to look, but I'm not going to look.
Yeah. Okay, look, but give a fake laugh. That fake laugh is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this movie has a lot of unrealistic, goofy scenes.
Oh, it sounds
and
amazing.
like some parts of this movie are kind of serious, and then it turns goofy, so the tone is kind of like all over the place.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I guess that kind of made it for a more enjoyable moment sometimes too, right? You had the kind of serious moments when he's dealing with his family, but then you just had the goofy stuff going on, and so it was almost like they kind of tried to put a bunch of Nic Cage movies together, like Family Man, and then and then his action movies. Like took a bunch of Nic Cage movies, bits and pieces, and threw them all into this movie together.
He had that one scene where it was kind of like similar to Leo in The Wolf of Wall Street, where he was drugged and he was like halfway paralyzed and he's trying to crawl and do stuff. That was funny.
Then they're like, he's all passed out. She's like, action.
I can't feel my legs.
So overall, what'd you think, though? Did you enjoy it? Should people go out and spend their hard-earned money in the theaters?
I enjoyed it. I thought going into it, I knew it was gonna be a stupid movie, but I knew it was gonna be a funny movie, and that's exactly what it was—a stupid but fun movie. So I mean, I enjoyed watching it, and it wasn't too long either. So I definitely appreciated that. That wasn't too long of a movie. So yeah, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Now you're a huge Nic Cage fan. So how does this compare to the other movies that you love?
Of Nic Cage?
Sure.
I mean, like you said, it's kind of like a conglomerate of like a lot of Nic Cage movies, a lot of his characters. He played in this one particular movie. He had scenes where he was all over, one scene like this and one scene like that. And so it's kind of a combination of all of them. But
so did the love letter deliver for you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's tons of references to his previous stuff, so I'm sure someone like you appreciated that, right?
Here's the deal. I don't like going to the movie theater anymore. That's just not me. I usually fall asleep in the movie theater. I did not fall asleep, and I did go after work, like, late at night. So, well, it was like 6. That's late for me. But anyway, so I'm not going to say that go out and see it in the theater, but I would definitely watch this at home, and I would watch it more than once.
I mean, I would say if you're in the mood for a good laugh and you ain't got nothing else to do, then go to the theater and see it. You know, it was cool to sit down and watch it. And I mean, there wasn't very many people in the theater when Josh and I saw it, but at all the funny moments, the few people that were there were all laughing together. We were all laughing. I was laughing out loud. Josh was laughing out loud. Everybody in the theater was laughing out loud. So I mean, it was definitely good. It was good to just sit down and just have kind of like a carefree, just relax and just have a good time to laugh and just see a fun movie. So.
If you like Nic Cage and you like Pedro Pascal, you're gonna laugh out loud.
Oh, yeah. And like Josh said, their freaking chemistry in this movie was phenomenal. Those two dudes played off each other so well in this movie. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and rate this movie. I'm going to give it a 6. I enjoyed it, but I think this movie would have done really well on streaming. I do not think it's worth kind of going out. Yeah, there are a lot of laughs and stuff like that, but it's a goofy movie.
It is goofy.
Totally goofy.
It's very goofy.
And that's why I'm going to disagree with you, because I think right now a lot of people need goofy, man. People are finally starting to get out and about and do stuff, and cramped up in their house forever. And, it's... Get out there and watch it, man. It was goofy. It was funny. Got some good laughs. So I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna give it a 7, man, because I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I mean, it's definitely not like a blockbuster. It's not like an 8 or 9 or a 10. But for what it was good, man. And I had a good time watching it. So I was entertained. Even through some of the nonsense that happens towards the end that would never happen in real life. Which a lot of freaking action movies that way anyway. But no, it was good, man. I enjoyed it.
I'd give it a 7 or 8.
Well, which is it? 7 or 8?
7.5. I'd give it a 7.5. Can you make that happen?
Well, that's a little disappointing for a Nic Cage movie. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, I get, because it's not as, I don't know. I like Nic Cage in the roles that are kind of dramatic, kind of, I guess, like The Rock, where it's a serious movie, but there's comedy to it, whereas this is just a goofy, like almost a slapstick kind of comedy. Yeah. And I'm not really into those types of movies, typically. So that's, I think, where the disconnect is for me. But, I mean, I went to the theater to watch this because it was Nic Cage. I literally was, like, waiting for this movie to come out. I got the shirt for Christmas.
And although you might not be rating this as high as one might expect, you enjoyed your experience and you don't regret going to the theater and see it. So.
No, I don't. And if you are a Nic Cage fan like me or a Pedro Pascal, then I would go see it in a movie theater. If you like that slapstick kind of comedy, then I would also go see it in a theater. But if you're, I don't know. Well, I guess I just don't go to the theater.
Again, I think what made it so great is just how well those two played off each other and the great chemistry they had in it. I think if that had been off a little bit, the movie probably I'd have much different things to say about the movie.
I never relied wholly on that.
Oh yeah, totally relied on it, which is funny because when they're writing the script, they talked about having a movie, that's based on the relationship between two characters and just growing up that, and which is so again, it's funny how the movie they're talking about writing is the movie that plays out throughout this, and then they make a movie about it in the end. So it's, so in that aspect, it is deep, and it's kind of funny how it's written that way. But it was good, And again, like I said, that for me was enough. Like, I'd go to the theater and see it again. Like, I'm not unhappy that I spent money to go see this movie because it was definitely worth it for me.
And Nic Cage looks great.
Yeah. So, was this movie an unbearable piece of crap? No, it was not.
It was not.
It was definitely not an unbearable piece of crap. It was great movie to go check out if you're bored. Go watch it, get yourself some laughs, and have a good time. Because we all did. Even if Josh gave it a 6, he still he still enjoyed it. Because I heard the guy laughing out loud several times.
I'm going to go ahead and go to an 8 because I feel like 7.5 is too close to a 6. Well, so I'm going right back up to an 8.
Here's the deal. There is some goofy stuff in this scene. They could have killed the villain earlier on.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah.
Like, there's scenes like that don't make sense. Motorcycles just kind of come out of nowhere. The end is just, it's really goofy in that aspect.
It's goofy, and that's the thing, is I'm not into really goofy movies like that.
Just because they're trying to throw all those Nic Cage movies in together.
And that's the thing. The tone is all over because I'm fine, like, if you want to make a completely goofy movie, but it's not all completely goofy at the same time. Right. So that's where I'm like, okay, I'm with you. It's goofy. Then they're serious. Then they're goofy.
Well, and again, it's because it was like a conglomerate of crap ton of Nic Cage movies all in one, right? So that's kind of the whole point, I think.
It did make me want to come home and watch another Nic Cage movie, though.
Yeah, because they showed some good scenes from some of those, man. They showed some good Con Air scenes.
I'm interested in Paddington 2 after this. They mentioned that movie multiple times,
Cage,
so I got to see what the big deal is.
They said Paddington 2 was their favorite movie. So.
What is your third favorite movie of all time?
Paddington 2.
What?
Pedro Pascal, his character Javi, said it was like his third favorite movie of all time, and he cried throughout it all. So
I cried through the entire thing. It made me want to be a better man.
Yeah.
maybe I need to look into some Paddington too.
And then him and Nic Cage watched together, and then Nic Cage cried watching it. So he's like, Javi, you're not kidding, man. This movie's awesome.
Maybe I need to
Not
check out the
Paddington, it's
Croods
Paddington
too.
2.
Yeah, Paddington 2, not second. Yeah, I saw the first one. Never saw the second one.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the second one either.
Anyway, there you have it, folks. Go check you out some Nic Cage, it's Pedro Pascal, and have a good time, because we definitely did. And, hey, we hope you enjoyed our show, and if you did, hit like and subscribe, and we will check you guys at our next one.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Nic Cage, bitch.
You're such a mother. I swear to God. That's crap.
Please help me. Send me love, people. Someone has to.
Billy, you want to be my companion? You want to go fly around the country with me?
Go fly Southwest.
Anybody else? Anyone? Anyone?
What's this?
That's right. Otherwise known as Nic Cage, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was this...
Smash that like button. Smash that like button.
Smash it
that
now.
like button. Smash it good. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Croods 2?
I'm 44 years old. Why would I see Croods 2? I've seen Face Off and Con Air.